Welcome to a brand new episode of Career Mode, and today we're gonna be going through a bit of a rough patch, I suppose. Results, so to say, didn't go my way. The boys weren't focused. We just didn't do too well, but you guys will get to see that develop throughout this entire episode. But Career Mode, so I'm watching my last episode, watching the comments of my last episode roll on through. I came across a few things. Now, I did ask of one thing. I asked, would you guys like to see me, commit to a financial takeover? And you can buy that in the EASFC catalog. And the majority, the response from almost, I'd say about 95% of you guys, and it kind of showed on my Facebook poll as well. I held a bit of a poll on my Facebook page asking if I should do it. Should I do it? Would you guys consider it cheating, or would you see it as more of a thing for realism? And you guys all pretty much came back and said, please do it, it would be fantastic. And for that reason, I thought it would make it a lot more interesting, kind of just spice things up a bit. But as you guys may know, that I'm actually quite a bit further ahead in what I'm playing compared to what you're seeing. So you guys won't be seeing that financial takeover for a little while, at least a few more episodes. And I am trying to make these episodes a little bit longer, because that tends to be one of the biggest requests, is that, Cal, could you please make the episodes longer and things, which actually shows me that you guys are enjoying it and you guys would like to see more of it. So for that reason, I'm more than happy to do so. Anyways, Adel Tarat, the guy who in real life has had a few issues, sometimes storming down through the tunnel, if things don't go his way, getting red cards and things. But he's a very technically gifted player, very skillful, as you guys know, good with both feet, 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot. But he did demand a little bump up in the wage. He wanted a bit more money in his pocket, which I suppose is understandable, considering he starts 99% of the games. But I actually threw him over a contract, and he threw that straight back in my face and made me eat my words. And it was a case, I really did want to keep Adel Tarat. He was a strong center attacking mid. Really hasn't been a player that's blown me away, so to say, but he's definitely been a player that I would like to keep at the club, and he does provide those key assists. And as you guys watch this series go on, you guys will see that he actually does come into a little bit of form, does a little bit better than he has been recently. He hasn't been getting that many assists for a center attacking midfielder, and it's just the way it is. But Darren Mattocks, I believe they're just returned back from injury. But, when something like that happens, I have to always remember that I don't want to shove them straight into the squad instantly, because I believe they have the little bandage thing next to their name, and that means they're still recovering, and you shouldn't really have them starting in the first team or play them for the entire the first game. As you guys can see, they're Darren Mattocks. But I decided to put him into the sub bench anyways, and that's just the way the cookie had crumbled. So next game was up against Southampton, and there's a little bit of speculation about Hamsik. Hamsik looks a really good player, seems good, but his price tag on him is pretty hefty, and certainly not a target that QPR can afford, especially at this moment in time when my wage budget was only about 6 million, which is quite underestimated. It's definitely deserves to be more. But anyways, Southampton there, Ramirez up front, Rodriguez there, Layana, I'm not too sure how to say that, there, and my team pretty strong, as you guys can see. No Darren Mattocks, which is a bit of a shame. Barry, center defensive mid, Park, center mid, Graniero, and Tarat playing as the other center mid positions. I went for if you guys don't know, I've been playing a 4-4-2, 4-4-2 formation, but it's been in the diamond, so it's more of a 4-1-2-1-2. And this game, in all honesty, I believe my players decided they didn't feel like defending. That's the honest truth. I mean, this game is humiliating, to say the least. It's just one of those games where things don't go your way, bounces aren't going your way whatsoever. Defending was a shambles, leaving way too much space, and goals like that go in and everything is against you. So I go into halftime 0-2, so they were 2-0 up. Goals weren't exactly great goals. I mean, the first one was all right, but the second one was a bit bullshit. And you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. It doesn't matter how you score. So again, there, another goal that just, Cork managed to put one in, and I would just love to stick a cork on my keeper's arse, because the goals he was letting in were ridiculous. I mean, they were hitting off him and going into the net, and just nothing was going for me. Some really poor defending there, giving Ramirez far too much space in the box, and also the player on the baseline there had way too much space to put that cross in. And as you guys can see, it was just all a huge shambles, and wasn't impressed with my players at all, but also wasn't impressed with the way I defended, and that was the honest truth, to be perfectly honest, funnily enough. But Cork there comes off after doing damage to the team. He played well, no doubt about it. And when you have that sort of lead, when you have that sort of lead, you expect to make some substitutions. But I had to do something. Something just wasn't working for me. I decided to bring on the injured Darren Mattox because there wasn't that much time left in the game, and I felt as though, you know, although he's got that little band-aid next to him, I felt as though he could do with a little bit of a runaround. So when I was 4-0 down, I was like, surely it cannot get any worse. It's just not possible. But followed by some more poor defending, leaning way too far off the player. A good, you know, he was a good 2 meters off him, and that put in the 5th one, and it was just extreme humiliation, especially at home. Losing 5-0 to Southampton should just never happen. And, you know, this calls for the put it down to professional, but I'm pretty stubborn in my ways, and I was determined to make sure I would just, I refuse to go down there until I really have to. And there, again, it comes off the, you know, my keeper palms it onto the post, hits off his foot, and goes out for a corner. Things were not going my way whatsoever. And it was just one of those games, and these sort of things happen in real life as well. You know, a team who maybe you expect to have a solid draw, you know, around there, just goes and gets absolutely hammered. My players are a shambles, sliding in unnecessarily, huge gaps, no real structure to the line whatsoever. And, you know, in all honesty, I deserve to lose it. Whether I deserve to lose it by 5 goals, I have to admit, I don't think was the case. But unfortunately, Mattox was out injured again. Even just putting him in for that last 30 minutes, that still caused him to be injured. And I was a little bit disappointed, in all honesty with you. But the next game I had was up against Everton, the Merseyside squad. And so, you know, I'm going to have to really recover with the team, make some possible changes. I definitely felt as though without Mattox, my team did feel very weak, and just a team that had no sort of coordination, no sense of direction whatsoever, and like what to do when they had the ball. Nothing was going on. But I did what I had to. But anyways, I came up against Everton, and they obviously have Marouane Fellaini, who was my target in the first transfer window. But I believe his price tag was around the 8 million marker, and I just didn't have the funds to do it. So unfortunately, for that, I couldn't pick up my man Marouane Fellaini, because it has to be said, my midfield is a little bit risky. They all feel as though their touch is poor. You got the likes of Park, you know, Park, Graniero, Barry, who was a signing. I may regret that signing, I'm not too sure, because he is quite old. Although, you know, he has been important when it comes to anchoring down the defense. But, you know, like I was saying, I need to bolster up the midfield. I need to do something to the defense, and in all honesty, Mattox's potential is only 74, so I can't rely on Mattox to go on and become an 85 rated player or something like that. So chances are, looks like I'll have to sell him during the January transfer window, if not right at the end of the season for sure. I think that's probably when I'll do it. It's just towards the end of the season. But unfortunately, off the bar there, and just goals are not, you know, they're really unfortunate. What's happening is that they're just rebounds and all that. But let me know, guys, what players do you think I should sign? I really need to know your opinion on this, guys. Leave comments down below. Who should I sign? Why? And what is their potential? That's honestly, that's the help I need from you guys, just to really create a good interactive feel to this series. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching. As you guys can see, on the left hand side is my career mode video. On the right hand side is a squad builder video for Ultimate Team. If this gets 2,000 likes, you guys know I'm gonna upload another one ASAP. And thank you guys very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And like I said, give me some help in the description. In the comments. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.